Hello, ladies. Welcome to Facebook Live, everybody. Drop something in the chat, would you, if you're here, if you're watching. Tonight, we get to have a great conversation about bad conversations. So, hello, everybody. I think I'm going to get started. If you're here, please again drop a hello into the chat box. My name is Colleen, and I am a success coach within the Finding Freedom Accelerator, Business Accelerator. And love what I do because I've met some wonderful ladies, and I'm hoping to meet some of you too. So tonight, as we do every Thursday night, we always have a theme. And as usual, our theme is going to be talking about how to make you a better entrepreneur as we move forward together through this process and how we support each other. And so this month, again, we're going to talk more about little tidbits on how to be a better entrepreneur. And tonight we're going to talk about business conversations gone bad. I am going to get started. I'm not sure how many people are here, but you can always comment after the fact too. So if you're here and you haven't said hello or anything, say what I'd like you to do is drop in the box a yes, a no, or a maybe. If you have ever had a conversation that has not gotten you the result that you were looking for at the beginning of the conversation, especially a business conversation. When we talk about having good and bad conversations in business, the beginning of the conversation is so important because it is the beginning of hopefully the desired results that you want to achieve, especially in business and especially if you're trying to sell your services or if you are trying to sell a product, whatever. So when you first come into a conversation, if you make people feel warm, friendly, you're that person that might be a little bit shy, but if you come into a conversation being professional. So here is the difference between a good conversation and a bad conversation. Have you ever come up to somebody and maybe you shook their hand and kind of said hello, and you were giving off that maybe I'm shy or I'm nervous kind of a feel? There is going to be a feeling for them also of being uncomfortable. So make sure that you're always making eye contact, that you're always smiling, that you're always coming into a conversation where in your head, your desired result, no matter what it is, you want them to feel comfortable with you and you want them to trust you. That's number one. So I have many conversations. When I come into a conversation, a business conversation, I give a firm handshake and say hello, man or woman, and I try to compliment them without getting too personal. I like your shoes, I like your tie, whatever it might be. And I feel like most of the time people are responsive to that. I am trying to build a rapport and a trust right off the bat. Here's a story here's a bad conversation. I've gone twice, I've done this now, and I have really learned my lesson the hard way. I have gone into a conversation and shook somebody's hand, good start. But then I said, when is your baby due? And twice now I've had a woman say to me, I had my baby. So when you get into that conversation, I would like you to make sure you feel comfortable. Hey, Candace. Candace is here. I would like to make sure that person feels comfortable, not uncomfortable. So what did I do in that situation? What do you do with something like that? You say, oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. What can I say? And you move on. You just move on. You take the uncomfortable away and just move on because you've already said it, so it's too late. So then when you say something uncomfortable, all you can do is apologize and move on. Okay? That's number one. That is a face-to-face conversation. Many people in a face-to-face conversation sometimes say, oh, I'm so shy. I'm so shy and people feel that in me or whatever. You know what? Sometimes shy is a really good quality. We don't all have to be extroverts to have a good conversation. If you feel like you're that introvert or that shy person, you do have to work harder at it, but you also don't be somebody you're not. Come into that conversation just saying, hello, hi, I'm Colleen. And they feel the shyness, but you know what? I love that about you. I trust you right off the bat because you're being your shy self. That's okay. That's not necessarily a bad conversation, but yeah, that being an introvert is not a bad thing. It truly does. As Candace says, it has amazing power. So overcome that. Don't be somebody you're not. Be yourself. Be passionate. Be professional. Be careful too not to use slang of any kind. When you're trying to get to know somebody and you're trying to be a little bit casual, sometimes you may use a little slang, right? So don't do that either. Be careful of that. Just be prepared when you come into your conversation. Know what your end result is, and you will feel confident about that conversation. That's face-to-face. Let's talk a little bit about what makes a bad phone conversation or even a Zoom conversation for that matter. So I want to ask you another question. How many of you like talking on the phone? A yes in the box or a no in the box? Hello. Hello, hello. Tiana? It is so nice to have you in here. We're talking about bad conversations, hopefully making them good. So welcome. It's good to see you. And you hate talking on the phone, and you know what? I ask that question over and over again of people, and they say, no, it's easier to text. But I'll tell you what, in business, if you want to have a good business conversation and you want to build rapport and you want to build trust, pick up the phone. You just really need to pick up the phone. You learn that other people, just as much as you don't like to make the phone call, sometimes people don't love to get the phone call, but a lot of times you can break that barrier right away. And the first thing you do, of course, is put that warmth in your voice. Put the smile in your voice. When you're talking to somebody, they can tell if you're smiling. Actually, smile if you have to when you're saying, hi, this is Colleen Falk. I'm a success coach with the Finding Freedom Business Accelerator, and I would love to visit with you about your dreams and what you've got going on. How did I say that? I said that with a smile in my voice. I said that I just broke a barrier by using a little inflection and I feel like I'm building rapport. And that really breaks things down. So you may not be a phone conversation type person, but guess what? they are easier to comprehend than text. You are so right, Tiana. People can say words in text and then the auto spell comes on or autocorrect and they can be misread. You're right, all the time. So learn to take a bad conversation to a good conversation and pick up the phone and call people. Make sure that you speak clearly and slowly. So today I had a conversation with a lady at, I'm just going to say it, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and she was a wonderful lady. She had great customer service, but I called her, who wants to talk about insurance? And I called her and she was very kind to me, but she spoke so fast. No matter how kind she was, she spoke so fast that I actually got off the phone more frustrated than when I got on the phone because she made me uptight the way she talked so fast and was very nice. I wasn't mad at her or anything, but if she would have just slowed down, spoke clearly, maybe enunciated a little bit better, it would have calmed me. So again, that introvert, you're calming. Just so you know, if you think you're an introvert and you don't like to do it, the way in which you come at it makes you calming to other people, and then people enjoy talking to you. Okay? Another thing is when you're on the telephone, when you're on Zoom, no matter what you're doing, whether you're using social media, when you're in an Instagram or you're in social media, you're using a monologue. You have to. You're almost presenting. Whereas when you're face-to-face, when you're on the phone, don't use a monologue. You are having a conversation. Remember that. This is two-way. And if you're a good listener, you're going to get better results in the end. Remember, people love to talk about themselves. My key to meeting people is just saying, hey, hi, I'm Colleen. You are? Oh, hello, Candace. Tell me about yourself. Boom. People love to talk about themselves. My little secret. And then I just leave it up to them. Then I listen and I pick up on all those little things that I need to pick up on. So when I start making my silent, quiet pitch to have a better business conversation, then I have picked up on all the little things I need to pick up on to tie up that conversation and have the end result that I need to get. So just think about these things. And next week, Chastity gets to tell you about all the things you need to do for having great conversations, having a good business conversation, and she'll have a lot of great tidbits there too. So remember, as we go through this and as you're coming here every Thursday night and listening to Candace or myself or Chastity, remember, the best way to success is through conversation of any kind where you are prepared and you are confident and you are yourself. And the best way to be prepared and confident is to surround yourself with a lot of great ladies. So I'm glad to see you all here. Thank you for coming. And I hope that we can visit again sometime. Goodbye, ladies.